Welcome, and/or welcome back to Off the Reel Inception. This is our discussion portion. If you missed the review, you can go ahead and go to it at the end of this video. Let's get into our discussion. First question. The best and worst character.
Best and worst character. Best is, I wouldn't say it's a tie, but it's Cobb.
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio's character was definitely great. Like his storyline, the way Leo portrayed him, and just his overall involvement with his family, everything. It was great.
Yeah.
And then Eames, Tom Hardy's character, was my very close second. Not quite a tie, but very close second, just because of how badass he was. And how also very intelligent he was. Mm-hmm. He's a very good character, I think.
Yeah, like he almost seemed to know more about the dream world than Leo did.
Right.
But yeah, I have to agree with you. Cobb was the best character. Just because Leo's perfection.
Over the top acting. Yeah.
Yeah, they really. Because, like, as time goes on, like, you start off and you're like, hey, you're cool because you're really good at dream stuff. And then, like, as time goes on, you're like,
yeah,
darn, your wife is dead. And, like, it just keeps going. You're like, oh, they blame you for it. And then, like, at the end, you're like, oh, it's your fault. Like, it was a very complex and very...
compelling?
Yes, compelling, that's the word. I was trying to avoid heartfelt. I was like,
it's very heartfelt.
Not the right word.
I have
very
felt my heart.
It's a very compelling story with Cobb throughout the movie.
The only other thing is Eames, Tom Hardy, man. The other thing would be if you as an actor playing a secondary role can make me want to learn more about that character.
Right.
You've done a good job. Like, I think that's just Tom Hardy. I don't know if that's the character. I don't think that's the character, but like
You mentioned.
I think he could do like a standalone movie, kind of.
That's what I was going to ask you, like, because you mentioned that like he wrapped this up really well in just one movie. And I was like, do you think you'd want to see a spinoff?
If you could honestly get Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy could do it well, as not including Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, you have to leave Leo, because he's back to his family.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe in 2010 he wasn't as big, but like definitely he's a lead man.
He's always been Leo.
He's always been, like, even in like Django, where he shows up at the end. I mean, like, he steals the show again.
The dude's got some high-quality acting.
Yeah, so definitely just Tom Hardy on that one. But yeah, I think they could do a spinoff with that, because his character and how he was really, like, the main driving force behind completing Inception.
Yeah.
Incepting
he was the one
an
that
idea.
Really
inside of someone, and from the very beginning he was like, it's completely possible.
I think that's what a lot of people think about Inception that haven't actually like watched it and understand it, is like, I think most people take Inception to just mean like multiple layers deep,
right? Like
but
a dream within a dream.
It's not what Inception is at all within the context of the movie.
And that again, now that you mentioned that, I think that's very cool. I think the quote and the line that Leo says, where what's the most infectious thing in the world, or whatever he says, it's an idea. And that's very true. Like,
yeah, that's
exactly what defines people, is like when they get ideas in their head, anything like that. Like, you can even think like Hitler. I mean, Hitler or any kind of dictator. It's that
philosophical kind of stuff,
right,
that Leo excels at.
Right. It's
like when he starts talking about the way of things, like, you're like, Leo,
yeah, done blown my mind. Yeah.
So worst character.
I don't want to say Arthur, but I kind of do.
Gotcha.
Because Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, the way it happened was his fight scenes were cool. when I talk about the scenes that he's in, I talk about the scene, not his character. You know what I'm saying? Like I say the rotating hall scene. I talk about the scene, not him. So I say he would be my worst character. He would be the one that I would leave out of this movie.
I really liked Arthur because, like, while they're all doing their thing, like, he's the one running the show up top.
Is he though?
I mean, there's the guy driving the van, but he's not doing. Nobody cares about him.
I mean,
like
I could see that
he's doing all this stuff in a hotel,
and he gets the job done.
Yeah,
he gets the job done. I'll give you that. But out of this movie, of pretty great characters, I would say he would be the worst.
Right.
So who's your worst character then?
I don't know. I would place Saito beneath him.
Really?
Yes. I mean, Saito's basically just a body bag for most of the movie.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk about that because I wrote that down. Like,
but then the guy that I didn't even write down because I didn't think he was important enough. I believe he has 2 E's in his name. The van driver.
The van driver.
He's a kind of pointless character, pretty much. He's not pointless, but he kind of becomes.
He's not pointless, and he's not. He was definitely very not even secondary, very just stock character.
Yeah, he's just there.
The reason I like Saito would be in the beginning, whenever you first see him.
Yeah,
he's like feeling the carpet, and he's like, "Oh, you done good, but not good enough. This is not my carpet."
Yeah.
But then he's like that guy. He's like, we beat the shit out of this guy. He ratted you out. You know what I mean? Like they beat the shit out of this guy, and then they're like, "Yeah, your dude ratted you out. You want to kill him? You want to kill him?" Like he starts out badass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts out so badass,
well,
and then he
played the best dream. The best extractor in the world. Like, he played him.
That's true.
He's like, I knew you were doing this the whole time.
That's true. I like his character,
I'll let you
to be honest with you. Yeah. And then he's just like, you want to kill him? And then he's like, that's not how I do things. And like, okay, well, we're going to give him to the people that will kill him. So he starts out kind of like...
He's like, what are you going to do to him? I'm not going to do anything.
He starts out as a gangster, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Arthur, though, like, because his stare paradox thing, I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, well, that might be just my feelings toward Joseph Gordon.
That's understandable, but I do like Joseph Gordon.
Okay, all right, well, there you go.
Next up, just basically, what did you like about the film?
I think Christopher Nolan again does this very well. He hits you with a lot of action in the very beginning,
right?
And he doesn't hit you with too much information. Kind of sucks. He's very good at plot.
Yeah,
he gives you the information that you need when you need it, and when you don't want, and when you don't, not when you don't want it.
As good as Christopher Nolan is with this kind of like side
movie,
like as far as he is good with like plot in this movie and a lot of his other movies, he really messed up with the whole time thing,
right?
In Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't talking about this
the
movie.
van.
Oh no, I was
definitely agree with you on the van.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to
definitely too much time.
Way too much time. Like it should take that van
hitting the water
about 3 seconds, maybe more. I'll give it.
You're definitely right. Like that heavy of a van,
it does not take long to fall. Yeah,
the gravity would increase very fast. Yeah.
So and times that by 20, they'd have, or Joseph Gordon-Levitt would have about a minute to do all of the things that he did. So
which would take 20 minutes.
He kind of screwed up on the time there a bit. But
yeah. I think he tried to play... I think what happened there is he tried to play the suspense card.
Oh,
and he kind of messed up.
He messed up logistically, but I think he nailed the suspense. Like,
nailed
the dropping of the van, like you're like...
and the soundtrack, too. Like, it was like...
but they did mess up logistically.
First thing, you notice like in the beginning, whenever Cobb is, I think you could almost do a second movie, but you don't want to ruin the first because Cobb's got such training. You know how you see him in the beginning, he's got a suppressor on like a 9mm, and not only is he like sneaking around, but he puts his hand to catch the casing, which I've always thought about that on like other movies. Like people are like pew pew pew, and like the casings are gonna go flying and hit the ground, and then it's gonna make a metal sound. But he catches the casing of the bullet that he fires, and then puts it in his pocket, and then catches the guy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like
I didn't catch that. I mean, I saw him do the thing. I just thought
that's what he was doing. He was like,
yeah, I wouldn't know.
And then he got it, and then that's crazy to think that much detail went into it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The other thing that I didn't like, I don't know if you liked it, but the spinning top only has like 2 options. Like for his totem,
Either falls or doesn't fall.
right? Like the woman has the thing where it can knock so many different ways, right? And he has a loaded die, which has however many different options for what it could be.
Yeah.
But he's got that top that like it can either stop spinning or keep spinning.
Right.
So I don't think that was a very good totem. And to have it as the centerpiece for the whole totem thing, I didn't like that.
Well, I do, because it was what's her face's totem.
It's Maul's totem, but
Yeah,
like
so
it's still like a directing,
I mean, yeah,
kind of overall story plot kind of thing. I mean, like
I think
if you spin it and you're like and it topples, I mean, like, does that really mean that you're not in someone's dream?
I mean, the idea though is that he's the only one that knows about his specific.
But he tells everyone about it.
Does he?
He does. He was like this. He tells the woman for sure. He's like, this is Maul's, and in her dream, she would. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Maybe he had a different scenario in his head of what would happen to the totem, but he told her like in Maul's dream. And I would assume this is what he thought too. When you spun it, it would just keep spinning forever. It would never topple.
Yeah.
So he definitely tells at least that girl that he recruits.
I guess I didn't see him tell her. I don't know.
Okay.
That's useless now.
Last thing that I had was
The weird wall problem.
like you saw it, right?
Which one?
How much room he had to at the very like when he's running away from those dudes.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene in the movie
Yes.
where Leonardo DiCaprio is running away from one of the companies that he's swindled, in a sense. And
it's
he
an
goes
iconic,
down.
It's an iconic scene too.
Right.
Like
and he goes down this corridor that eventually gets narrow enough to where you have to turn sideways to go down through. But he doesn't turn sideways.
He turns like diagonal.
He's like, and like keeps going straight.
He's like pushing himself against the wall.
Yeah, he's like,
and it's like, dude, we can see that you just need to turn like 10 degrees.
He's like so straightforward for no reason. It doesn't make any sense in that one.
He really kind of screwed himself there. Cut it a little close for no reason.
That could have been...
I mean, it was great suspense building, but again, just a logistical error.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I just thought it was funny. That whole scene was funny because you could see both of his shoulders against the wall and kind of going through it. It was kind of funny. Also wrote down that this was in 2010, and the Dark Knight movie that Christopher Nolan did with Heath Ledger was in 2008. And he had already he was already thinking about this movie. He didn't have the whole plot written out. But after the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger was said to play one of the roles. I think he was going to play Tom Hardy's role, to be honest with you.
Dark Knight came out before Inception?
Yeah, it came out in 2008.
What? I don't know why, in my head, Inception is like a much older movie.
Much older movie? Wow.
Yes.
No, this was
That's
like...
weird.
If you think about it, like, DC gave Christopher Nolan, like, the funding for Dark Knight, but he did Inception basically on his own. This was like his own...
Wouldn't it have been so great if Heath Ledger was in that movie, though? I don't even know what role, like, if he was just in that movie.
I mean, but if he took Tom Hardy's role...
I just want to see Heath Ledger and Leo together.
We can dig him up.
That's bad.
That's wrong.
Heath Ledger is a marvel. Rest in peace. So what was your biggest problem with the movie?
Goodness. Honestly, the totem, the spinning top, the spinning top was my biggest thing. There was something very else. Nitpicky. I didn't understand. Saito went down to limbo, right?
Yeah.
And he was ungodly amount of old, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Leo was the same age, and he washed up on shore, saying that he needed to go find him. Why wouldn't Leo have been the same age? Like, I understand that in limbo, you grow older, and time passes a lot.
20 times faster.
Like, it would have been...
Well, in limbo,
it would have been like
limbo,
80 times faster.
Yeah, so...
Or slower. 80 times slower.
No, you'd age faster.
You'd age faster, but time was slower in real life.
So, like, I mean, he wasn't in limbo while Saito was. He was.
Like,
not the entire time.
Wasn't he with Maul? That's what happened, and the girl jumped over the thing. Right? It doesn't make any sense.
Did he go deeper into limbo? Because, like, he woke up in another dream to find Saito.
Right? That part is lost on me.
That's probably the most confusing part of the movie right there.
That part is lost on me.
It goes into limbo from limbo. We could be wrong. Let us know.
I mean, they said, like, you'd go into unconstructed dream space.
Yeah.
Which would be limbo. And anybody that's been there before, their stuff would already be there. So that would be where he would be at.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? Like, that part didn't make sense to me.
Right.
But, yeah. That would be the only problem I had with the movie.
So there's a question that must be answered here. Just getting off of that. The top. Do you think it spun forever? Or did it
Definitely
stop?
not. Yeah, you saw the end.
Think it stopped?
It went...
It wavered, but that's the point. That's what Christopher Nolan does. Like, did it just kind of jiggle a little bit and keep going? Or
so you're saying that Cobb's kids weren't actually real?
Well, that's like that's the question at the end of the movie. Is like, is Cobb still in a dream, or did he make it out for real?
I think he did. What point would there be?
I think he did.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I would feel really kind of defeated and upset if he hadn't made it out.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
it would have.
But that could also go to impact of the movie. Maybe Christopher Nolan was just trying to keep you thinking about it after. Right, because, like, some movies you watch them and it's over and you're just like...
I mean, as far as cliffhanger...
That was a great movie. But then this one, you have something to talk about.
As far as cliffhanger endings go, that's probably, like, one of the most iconic of all time.
Yeah.
The spinning top. But I definitely hope
I could see how you would think that, because his kids were there wearing the exact same thing that they always were wearing.
Yeah, and it was like the exact same scene.
Exact same setting, yeah. So I could see how you would think that, but...
I mean, yeah, I think it stopped.
Yeah, you just...
I hope it stopped. Like,
I hope it stopped.
I sure hope. Don't keep Leo in the dreamscape. We need him here.
Yeah, I don't see what
point it was served.
He did. I mean, like, one would be you definitely want him to not be in a dream, and then two would be where you don't have any other plot lines to go off of to think that he would still be in a dream. So I don't know.
Well, just the fact that, like, he was like stuck in limbo talking to Saito, and then he's awake. There was no kick. It didn't show you a kick for him to wake up.
I think he had the gun. He shot himself.
Right.
Which all the other levels were gone.
Is shooting yourself? Can you shoot yourself out of limbo?
That's what they did at the first point. Him and his wife, him and Maul, went the train. Remember?
Oh yeah, they were. Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's
a really easy way to get out of limbo.
Yeah, that part kind of confused me too, because I think Christopher Nolan, in the concept of this movie, didn't think about the the stakes. The stakes aren't death, obviously. You wouldn't die, but you'd lose your mind. You'd be down there so long you'd lose your mind. But if you can just shoot yourself again to get up, because that's what she did to what's-his-face, too, because she dropped him off of a building, and then he woke up. I don't know. Now we're getting into...
we're getting into...
Now we're taking points off. Wait a second. Pull the number back out.
So... I think that's enough to talk about for that movie. One question I just want to ask you about movies in general. You've seen the new Infinity War trailer, right?
I don't think I have, actually. New Infinity War?
New.
What happened?
Just came out a couple days ago.
I don't think I have.
Nope,
definitely not.
We can watch it real quick. New Infinity War trailer. What'd you think?
Goodness. Goodness me. I think they set up the battle very well. Because, right, Thanos is so powerful, and the Infinity Stones together is so much power. So, like, they definitely had to devise a situation where he had to come to them and start a battle. Yeah. So that's very well. That's very well.
Do you think they revealed too much in this trailer? Do you think you could completely see the plot of this movie in this trailer?
Completely see the plot.
For me, as far as like his big ring in the sky goes, like you see it get destroyed.
Oh,
like that's kind of
something. You can definitely see that he's got two of the stones already on the gauntlet. Yep. But I'm focused on like the end, the end scene. The end. That's crazy.
We get Captain America.
Right.
Yeah, that's what everyone's.
At first, I was thinking Captain America, maybe Black Panther, and like Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier would be. We're gonna be support, guys. You guys got it. Because they're able to compete at that next level, but like against Thanos, they're not gonna be the ringer that we call in at the end, knock him out. So like him holding him back, pretty crazy. That also could be leading to his death, though. It could be that he's holding him back.
I think this is definitely a Captain America swan song.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a great movie, though.
The big theory with Captain America, people keep getting close-ups of his eyes, and they appear to be yellow. People are assuming that he has the Soul Stone inside of him. I'm not sure if I buy that, because I don't think the Soul Stone gives you super, duper, uber strength.
Super, duper, uber strength. I mean, it's an Infinity Stone, but...
The Power Stone is the one that gives you, like, all that strength.
I don't know. It's, again, with comic books, they can make so many different things happen. You never know. And then again, with the movies, they can make anything they want pretty much come to fruition. So
right.
You are not a fan of Marvel, but
I'm not
a
big fan of Marvel, no.
So I think it's going to be a good movie.
As
long as I will agree with you that I did not like Thor Ragnarok. It was definitely a 5 or below on a scale because it was way too much comedic.
It wasn't Thor.
It was not Thor.
They tried to divulge too much.
I think they could have gone 2 different ways with Hulk too. They made him more as an adolescent child more than a angry, powerful being, because they could have gone 2 different ways, but they went the wrong way. I think.
I don't think I'm gonna like Iron Man in this movie.
Why? Because he has the Hulkbuster.
No, I think Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster suit.
What? You think so?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
because he doesn't.
That's the first time I've seen that trailer. Maybe I do some research, but
yeah, I believe the consensus is that he's in the Hulkbuster armor, and one of the other theories going around is that Natasha is gonna bite the bullet, and he's gonna go World Breaker Hulk. He's gonna go full on, and that's gonna be the Thanos 1-2.
Right, but that's a problem in itself, though. That could mean a couple of things. That can, like, World Breaker Hulk is an end all.
That's bad.
So that could mean, I don't think it's going to mean another movie.
Maybe he's
I don't know.
Maybe he's main villain of Infinity War 2.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's what it would kind of mean.
World War Hulk.
That would kind of, yeah, that'd be what it kind of means, to be honest with you, because
Ultimate Rage.
If they make him go that way,
I think that'd be a terrible way to go, though. Just to end Thanos like that, set up for another villain, that'd be a terrible, terrible way to go.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, no, they're not. I don't think they'll do that either.
If anything, they'd do that near the end, and Hulk would definitely die.
Yeah, I think
they would end Hulk's.
I think they should kill Hulk in this movie. I think it'd be good. If they did a little bit more with him and then killed him in this movie, I think that'd be really good for them.
If this is, have we confirmed this is the final movie?
No, there's another.
There's another one, right? Yeah.
Unnamed.
I don't know if they should kill him in this one. I think they should kill at least 2 main characters, not Hulk, in this one.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, definitely, maybe Captain America, something to get you thinking, but something not to end the battle. Because if they kill Hulk, I mean, geez.
Right. And then the other thing that I kind of see as a flaw in the trailer is like with Thor and Loki. It definitely appears that all of the Asgardians on that ship are dead, and everyone else. So like Valkyrie, Meek, and Korg. Just Heimdall. There's a screen cap of his sword laying in the background. So like Heimdall just done away with.
I don't know, man.
So I think that'd be a bad move to kill all of them in one fell swoop. But
they did pretty close in Thor Ragnarok. I mean,
when they got rid of the Warriors 3,
they get pretty close. But going back to that movie, I mean, you didn't feel it as much because it was so comedic.
To me, when they did that in that movie, it wasn't a testament to Hela's power. It just kind of undermined the Warriors 3.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation for another day. I think we can wrap up off of that. You have anything else you want to talk about as far as that trailer or this goes?
No, I'm good.
All right. So that'll be all for today. Stop it. Be sure to check us out on social media, YouTube. You're already on YouTube. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. It's all on the page. Next week, we are kicking off a new series. We should be reviewing and discussing The Walking Dead Season 1. So,
ooh, that should be fun.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, leave questions for future discussions and comments, and stay toasty.